So hello, my name is Ash and I am your CloudDost. So today we are going to deploy an application on the AWS EC2. A simple LEMP Stack based application we are going to deploy on a single EC2 instance. So let's understand the architecture of the application. This is the LEMP Stack on AWS EC2 application. So what is LEMP stand for? Now let's break the name LEMP. So LEMP is for the Linux, which is operating system. E for the Nginx, which is our web server. M for the MariaDB, which is our database, and PHP is our P for the PHP, which is our backend logic. Okay, so first how it will work. So now let's understand the flow of this diagram. Okay, so when the user request to the browser using the AWS EC2 Public IP with the file name. Then this request is sent through the internet HTTP protocol using the port number 80 to the Nginx web server. That Nginx web server checks that this file is exist or not. And if this found, then it shows the response or it shows the file with the response. After that, after filling the data of the data in that application using the which is our backend in the PHP. Then it submits the data in the submit.php file and index.html file. After that data is stored in our MariaDB. Whatever the data in the database is going to store in the MariaDB. Now let us break down the deployment steps. So in the deployment steps, first we have to log in our AWS Free Tier account, then go to the EC2 and launch the instance using the Amazon Linux operating system T2.micro, which is our free tier instance type. After that, SSH into that instance using the key pair and the public IP of the server. And in the third step, install the LEMP stack. In the LEMP stack, we have to install the Nginx, MariaDB, PHP related service, PHP FVM, and PHP and MySQL database connector. Then start all services using the systemctl command. After that, in the fifth steps, set up the MariaDB using the sudo mysql -u root -p. Then set the password using the alter user and create an database. And after that, create a table into that. And in the sixth step, navigate to the web root user, that is a cd/user share nginx and html. And into that directory, we have to create a index.html that is form and submit.php file. After that, in the seventh step, open the browser, enters the EC2 instance index.html and fill the form data stored in the MariaDB. Now let's start to the practical. So first, what will we have to done? Log into the AWS Free Tier account and go to the EC2 and launch the EC2 instance. Okay. Then I go to the AWS account. So simply I go to the EC2. EC2. After going to the EC2, click on the instances. First, I go to the N Virginia region and I am going to create that instance in the US East 1 region. So I basically launch a simple instance where I name this LEMP server. After scroll some, I have selected the Amazon Linux. After that, T2.micro, free tier eligible. After that, I use the key pair. I create a new key pair file, which will be the name as LEMP server. Only LEMP. After that, I just usually allow the port number 80, allow HTTP, and simply I launch the instance. I usually copy the public IP, then go to the git bash. Into the git bash, I first SSH my EC2 instance. EC2 instance using the public IP using the key pair files full path / my YouTube workspace. Into that my LEMP Stack app. Into that my LEMP. After that EC2-user default username @public IP of the instance. Now say yes. Now we log in our EC2 instance. Now install the LEMP stack. So use sudo yum install Nginx PHP PHP-fpm, then MariaDB -server and PHP and MySQL connector -y. It's late, take some time. So our installation is done. Now let's start all services. So I use sudo systemctl command to start the services. Okay, systemctl start nginx php -fpm and MariaDB. So after starting the services, first let's create the database and set the password for the database. So I usually fire the command sudo mysql. Into that, I first create a password using the alter user root at localhost identified by pass123. I taken a password pass123 for the MySQL service. Now, so I have coded already for the database and table. I have to go to the root directory of the Nginx, that is user, share, Nginx, and HTML, where I am creating a simple file sudo nano index.php. In this file, I have pasted the code of the index.html and index.php file. So what will we have to do in this file? To change the database name, username and password. So our database name and username is as same as I have created. So we have to only change the password. So password is pass123. And I simply save this file, Ctrl O and Ctrl X. After that, now let's style that file. So I use sudo nano style.css, and after that into that I have pasted the style code. Then Ctrl O, enter and Ctrl X. Now we configure our full application. Now let's go to the browser and check. So I am going to the first I copy the public IP version 4, and after that I have searched the public IP. Okay, you can see this LEMP Stack Student Manager page. So you can simply mention that it's like that index.php, or you can, if you create a file named as the index, then you directly hit the public IP. And if you have the name rather than the index.html, index.php, then you should have to mention after the public IP. Okay, so to now I am filling the data in this Aishwarya. Then Aishwarya at gmail.com, and my course name is like the CS, that is computer science, and now I am adding the student. After adding the student list, you can see here. Okay, now this data is being added to my database. Again I added Sanika, and sanika@gmail.com. Course name is like the arts, and add it to the student. Okay, now let's check the data that have been filled in the database, our MySQL MariaDB. Okay, MySQL -u root -p. After that, add your password, pass123. Then create show databases. That is our LEMP demo. So I use that LEMP demo database. After that, select star from students. Now you can see that the Aishwarya and Sanika, the data is being inserted into the table using this form. So our application is live now. So that what a quick overview of the what we are building and how it works. So the complete flow is browser to the internet to the Nginx and to the PHP FP and then to the MariaDB. Okay. So all of this happening inside a single EC2 instance, that's what makes it a single instance architecture. Okay, so that's what was a quick overview of the what we are building and how it works. And in the next part, we will actually go to the AWS launch our EC2 instances, install the LEMP stack, and get this application running live. So if you found this helpful, like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the CloudDost so you don't miss the next part. So मिलते हैं next वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए keep learning, keep building. Bye bye.